Hello and welcome back to Star Trek Resurgence, and where we left off was a bit of a cliffhanger. I did it again to you. So we had to decide whether we were going to teleport the crystals that contain a load of Taconian lives, I guess, up to our spaceship, or if we were going to bomb them and destroy them. If we bomb them, Bedrosian is super happy, but I'm guessing Portal leaves us. If we beam them up, Bedrosian quits, and but then Portal probably is on our side and helps us. I'm still not sure what to do. I keep changing my mind on which way to go, because destroying them seems like the right choice, because then they can't be used against us. But it was also technically killing people, which isn't what the Federation do. So my mind says not to beam them up, to not kill them. It's almost, it reminds me a little bit of the Khan kind of problem in the second Star Trek movie or third Star Trek movie with Benedict Cumberbatch in, where he's like, all of his people are in those missiles and he's like, beam them up or destroy them, sort of thing. That is a very similar dilemma. I think I'm gonna go with beaming them up, because I'm not a cold-blooded killer, and I think we need Portal to win this. I think we need to win this out with Portal. So we're going
to cop, not science, to cop. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
and I'm not gonna blow them up.
Transport the storage crystals aboard the Resolute.
I'm sorry, Bedrosian.
Did I hear that right?
That's an order.
Man, if they just transport them off of our ship now, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
The storage crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Thank you. I won't forget.
You better
this.
not. Jeez, I'm relying on you to help us out.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego.
It's
This
not my
ship
ego.
and this crew come first.
Lieutenant.
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find
Boom.
it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
You know what? You've served a purpose, but you talk to me like that,
The
you
Aphelion
get
is
the...
targeting us.
Oh,
Approaching rapidly.
you're in trouble. Like, just
They hit us with
destroying
that
them is not the
bioforming ray,
answer.
and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now.
Go, 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 go. I thought we didn't have warp. I mean, we got out of there. Sharpish. We need somewhere, like, secure to store those crystals now, right? I just kicked a wooden thing. You might have heard it in the background. Ow. We made
There
it!
they are!
We're back! We saved a bunch of his people, though.
You did what had to be done with the Tasker. I know you were against it before, but it was what she would have wanted. The Tasker can rest now, even if I wavered in the moment. It wasn't a question of time.
You'll see her
It was about
again.
freeing a Tasker.
I think that seems like...
If you believe, I'm sure you'll see her again.
I do. And I shall.
I mean, it says I will in the subtitles, but okay.
Oh, no surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
We made it. What's up with the weird music in the background? What weird little ditty of music going on? Do I want to talk to anyone here? Probably not. I think we just move on. I want to get some story going.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chovak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him. But I can just imagine the look on his face.
Remember,
You know what? I want to see him
a
too.
bit more straight-laced,
It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
a bit less jokey with
I'm sure we
Chovak,
can
and he'll
count on him
like
for
us.
that.
I can't believe it. You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
We're going to be legends for
That
sure.
about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
Should we go for 2, or I wouldn't know? Let's go 2. Can't teach that.
Well, what we did, you can't just teach that.
Maybe not, but I'm sure they'll try. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda...
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solana?
Oh yeah, by the way.
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
We all have to step up. Yeah.
We'll just have to step up and work that much harder to help Captain Rydek.
It's gonna take all of us.
Talk to you later.
See you, Calloway.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Aw.
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it
Go
was not.
agreeable back.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It is agreeable to see you as well, sir.
I concur.
You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed.
Oh, how dare we?
During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule. On both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
Let's go, we're ready
I
to
am
work,
stating
shall we?
facts, not looking for excuses.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Chovak likes us, though.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action.
We're moving up.
You can commence your
Started
maintenance
from the
shift
bottom, now we're here. Oh, we're getting the transfusion thingy so we don't degrade and fall apart.
I tended to an Elydian earlier. Major Sarlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Elydians are no longer enemies.
There's a lot more going on.
I'd always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away. There's still a lot of bad blood.
I'll help you.
Well, if there's any way I can help, let me know.
I'll take you up on that. It's good to have the support of a Starfleet captain, I'm sure.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here.
Tylus is going to be some sort of like first
We're
Federation
almost done.
person for the Hatari
I
or
have to
something,
brief
right? I
Ambassador
feel it.
Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms. So I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew.
That's true.
Being an effective leader requires trust. But an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I still want opposing viewpoints. Maybe? Like, it's healthy.
I still need and value contrary opinions. I don't want everyone agreeing with me when they feel otherwise.
Oh, you'll know when Lieutenant Bedrosian doesn't agree with something. She's not shy about making her opinion known. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust. But if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermod. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermod has the knowledge
I am
and
leaning towards
experience
Westbrook,
that
to be
makes him
honest.
more than qualified.
At the moment, I'm leaning toward selecting Commander Westbrook as the new first officer.
That would be an excellent choice, considering your history. The crew would respect the fact you chose someone likely to challenge your opinions and present a different point of view.
This is actually the reason why I chose
You're as
him, to
good
be
as
fair.
new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
The Doctor's, like, been great throughout this. A really good sounding board to be, like, opinions.
Captain.
Alright, Bedrosian, let's have this out. Let's hear what you really think.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute.
Bye.
I cannot
Don't
in
let the
good
door hit you.
conscience continue to serve aboard this ship. Not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over
We
the
need your
safety
help.
of the crew.
Lieutenant, we both know how much we need your help and expertise for the coming conflict. I have no one to replace you.
I understand, Captain, and I apologize, but my heart is not in it any longer, and to stay would be a disservice to us both.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
I appreciate that.
What an idiot. We saved her from getting burnt up. I'm regretting that decision now.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermod.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
Probably best not to.
That won't be necessary.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world.
I want them
Not
here.
that I'm surprised in the least.
Excellent idea, Mr. Chovak. They deserve to be here.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsalar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
Let's go with 3. It was a team effort.
There were way more people involved than just me. Not only Petty Officer Edsalar, but we had help from an Elydian officer named Arminta as well.
Interesting.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
We're trying to be humble, you know?
Captain Reindeck, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties.
Alright, Spock, thanks.
Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead. The Takan and their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage.
We'll take their help.
You know that as well as I do.
We got absolutely whooped on our
I'm
own.
glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves?
We just ran away.
Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed.
Don't get caught.
Well, as simple as it sounds, the best thing to do is to not get caught. Whether it's one-on-one or the whole ship.
We avoided the Takan as much as we could.
But we saw the bioforming, and there's not much you can do.
I found something that might help. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And we might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships don't have any.
I don't really know what to say to this one. It slows it, but then what?
You say that it slows the process, but this doesn't actually stop the Takan from taking over, does it?
Correct. I can't be 100% certain, but it appears this is only a short-term solution. Also, it requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
Okay, so we've got an option
That
there.
raises the question. What is the mission?
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how. That's the idea.
We have Portal's help. Let's go with that.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look at the Aphelion, he might be able to identify a weakness.
After sparing the remnants of his civilization, I should hope he'd help us.
He will.
We'll need to prepare a boarding party, if it comes to that.
Petty Officers Edsalar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion.
Straight back
They
in
have
it.
already crippled
Flippin'
one
heck.
enemy ship. If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't like the engineering mission that took you to the Zeldi. Do you really have some special insights that a tactical team wouldn't?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
Sabotage.
Sabotage is kind of becoming our specialty. We'll find a way to get the job done.
Well, he certainly has the swagger for it.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
With the help of Portal. He should be part of the away team.
Agreed. Yeah, that makes sense.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you.
What's happening? Everyone's just looking at each other now. It's time to fight. Let's get to work. I have faith in all of you. I actually quite like 3. I have faith in all of you.
I have faith in all of you to meet this moment with the urgency it requires. I expect all of us to give it everything we've got. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsalar. You're dismissed.
Straight back into it, though. Out of the frying pan into the fire sort of thing.
There is a procedural element we need to take care of. The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Ermot, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval, Beta 2 Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook, Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Smashing it. We're becoming the official captain. Oh, do we have to choose? Let's go. I don't know. Alpha. 7. Whiskey X-Ray Yankee. Let's go whiskey.
Voice authorization Rydek, Alpha 7 Whiskey.
Captain's codes transfer. The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate a new first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Is he in the running?
Please designate a new first officer.
Right, so... What's going on? Okay, can move. It is just between these two, right? I'm definitely erring on the side of Westbrook. I think he would be a good first officer, so I'm going to go with him. Ooh, he's not happy.
It is an honor and a pleasure
Ermot is not happy.
to name Commander Westbrook as my new first officer.
Thank you, Captain. You made the right choice.
Congratulations, Commander. It's long overdue.
I know we've had our differences, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Computer, Commander Westbrook is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Westbrook, Alpha 7 Tango.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
There you go. I'm quite happy with that choice, although I feel like Ermot has
Nicely
been a bit looked over.
I think that went well.
Captain, could I have a word with you?
Uh-oh. He looks like he's about to square up and
Give me a
slug
minute.
me. I'm sorry, man.
Look, I respect your decision, Captain. Commander Westbrook has seniority, and I can understand why you might have felt pressure to promote him. But what I can't understand is why you would choose someone so clearly unsuited for the position. It's the very reason why Captain Solano chose you over him. Because he knew Westbrook as first officer would be disastrous.
I mean, but Solano is pretty disastrous as it is. I trust his experience.
I know you're disappointed, but I trust his experience. And I need to rely on him now more than ever.
But that's just it. We can't afford to make any mistakes. And that's my concern with Commander Westbrook. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole time. But I thought we've had an excellent working relationship almost from the moment you first arrived. Of course, I was insulted when you didn't trust me with the information about Captain Solano being compromised, but I've always supported you. Which is certainly more than you can say about Westbrook.
Yeah, but you're a yes man.
He was always against you, especially with regard to Captain Solano.
I value your opinion, and I still need your support. I value your opinion.
Listen, I value your opinion more than just about anyone's. I rely on it. And if we're going to beat Galvin, I'll need your help now more than ever. So please, don't be discouraged.
I'll be fine. Just give me some time.
This is like high school, trying to keep everyone happy. Flippin' heck. Chill out, man. That it is one of those, I think they make the decisions so you can't really, flippin' heck, win. Like, at like any of them. Like, whoever you choose, there's always going to be someone who's unhappy and things like that. But, you know, I've made my decisions and I'm sticking with them. So, Ermot needs to just get on board and realise that he's still an important part of the crew, sort of thing, yeah? So we're going to leave it there. I think that's probably about enough, and we're going to come back to us taking on this ship and hopefully coming up with some sort of solution. But who knows? It seems a little bit up in the air, and there doesn't seem to be a real idea of how we're going to beat it. But in true Star Trek fashion, I'm sure we'll smash it out of the bag. Out the bag? I don't think that's the right phrase, but we'll do it just in time, sort of thing. So thanks for watching. Remember to come back next time to see what's going to happen. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.